In this lesson, 1.4, we're going to talk about midpoints and bisectors. So we have our kind of tick marks telling us what things are going to be congruent to each other. So a midpoint is a point that is exactly in the middle of two endpoints. It divides a segment into two equal segments. Bisect means to cut into two parts. The verb is to bisect. The noun is bisector. A bisector cuts a segment exactly into a segment. Bisector can be a point, a line, or a plane. So dividing kind of things into parts. So this is the midpoint, and then to bisect is to actually kind of cut it into two parts. So down here, if we look at our picture, M is the midpoint of AB, so that means that this section, notice that they both have the same markings, this would then be 7 as well. So AM is 7, which they are, but I think they meant to say AB would end up being 14. So over here, if the whole thing is 12, then what are each of these, or what is this section right here? It would have to be 6, just like this side is 6. So we know that if this is the midpoint, right here F is, then this segment is equal to this segment. So we can go ahead and set those parts equal, and then we can solve for X by dividing. And then if we want EF, we would just take and plug that back in, or we'd think, oh, if this is 25, well then of course this side, EF, is going to be 25 as well. So over here, if this side's 3x and it's the midpoint, then this side is 3x because it is the same as the left. So now we can set this up. Left plus right is equal to total, and we can solve. And x is 3. Mn, if we were to take 3 and plug it back in, 3 times 3, that would make Mn 9 units. So give yourself a chance to try a couple here and push play to check when you're ready. We have 18 for number 1, and we have 4 for x. And then if you plug it back in, it would make yz 20. All right, down here we have finding the midpoint. So you're going to take F and K and find kind of that distance, but then only go halfway to get to the middle. So from F to K is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we want to go 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here, H, or at 3, is our midpoint of that segment. So HK, again, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to only go 3, and right here at 6 is the midpoint. EF is right here, and it's only 3, so we're going to go 1.5. So right here is the midpoint, and that is at negative 4.5. FG is going to be negative 1.5, so you're right here going just 1.5. LJ, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you're going to only go 2.5. So right here, which would be at 8.5. EL, you're going to, again, that whole distance there, you are going to count first, and then you wind up with, so the whole distance is 17, so we want to go half of that, which is 8.5. So we're going to go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a half. So you're there at 2.5. All right, so now you go ahead and try this section here, and then we'll check when you're ready. It should be 9, 1, and 3. So now we're going to go ahead and label, putting M in the middle, F and G here, and we're going to label our sections. And since this is in the middle, it is the midpoint, we are going to set these equal to each other and solve. So y is equal to 1. And if you were to plug it back in, you would find out that this side's 18, this side is 18, so a total FG would end up being 36. Go ahead and try this last one on your own. All right, so you should have set them equal and then solved for x. So x is equal to 11.